Cheers.
Cheers. Want to give you a open.
Oh,
Cheers,
yeah.
baby.
I was going to talk a little bit about going to Megacon.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I went to Megacon, Orlando, 2026. We've been going every year since we moved to Orlando. It's been pretty good. This year is like super crazy busy. Like we went on Friday, it was insane. I like to go and see all the celebrities who's doing autographs and whatnot, meet and greets and whatnot.
Yeah.
Usually everybody's there. I mean, this year everybody from Lord of the Rings was there. Then you had William Shatner. He's been the last few times. And then
The Shats.
Dolph Lundgren was there last time. So this time I wanted to see Christopher Lambert or Christopher Lambert.
Highlander.
Highlander. That's his biggest claim to fame, but he was also in Greystoke, Legend of Tarzan. Did you ever see that one?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's like the best Tarzan movie in my
I
opinion.
do like that one, though. I'm not
so
going to lie.
good. It's a great drama.
It is a good movie.
Real nice guy. Really nice spoken. Has great things to say about everybody. He's a little bit slow on the draw because he's pretty old.
Yeah.
I didn't really expect him to be as old as he was.
Megacon, I need y'all to join me in welcoming to the stage Mr. Christopher Lambert! How are you guys doing?
I think you sent me a video clip of him walking in, and he looked like he was struggling to get into. Yeah.
So, older gentleman. But still has wits about him. Nice enough guy. I wasn't able to get his autograph though because I waited the first time, and then he was whisked away for the panel, which I went to. Then they said, "We'll come back and put you in the front." Came back and we waited for him, but they're like, "Oh, he's going to do this, and then he's going to take a rest." So he wasn't plowing through, and I'm like, "Okay, forget it. I have too much to do." And then my daughter's a big fan of the character Zorro from One Piece.
Yes.
And the voice actor Christopher Sabat, he's a famous. He does pretty much the biggest characters. You know, All Might is a huge one, like big character from My Hero Academia, and then he does the One Piece voice of Zorro, which is my daughter's favorite character on that show.
Nice.
We were going to get an autograph for her, but she was just like I don't know. She was kind of shutting down. You know, too busy. The place was sort of really overwhelming. It's just hard for anybody, let alone someone who has some sensory issues. You know.
Yeah, I could see that. There's a lot of people in those spaces too.
A lot. So and then you got to wait in line for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Especially for him, he's really busy. So we were about winding down. And I could tell she was a little depressed. And we were at the opposite end of Megacon. I asked her if she wanted to get an autograph, whatever. She said, no. I'm like, you want me to go stand in line? She's like, no. So she just was kind of like done. So I said I was going to go back over there because I wanted to get an autograph for Christopher Lambert. I went over there. He wasn't there. So I just jumped in line for Christopher Sabat. And that was a long time waiting in that line. And then, because a lot of people show up and they have like bags of Funko Pops and stuff, and they're having them sign like 10 things, and they're getting pictures.
You got to pay for each thing that you're getting signed too, right?
Yeah. So it was just super busy. And then right after I was like third in line to get up to see him. He got whisked away.
Dang.
for a picture thing that they did. And I was like, oh, God, not again. How long is this going to take, you know? Like, geez, my luck. Last one, I was the first one in line. This one, I'm third. I had been waiting an hour and a half. And then, but he came back within like 15 minutes. It was no big deal. And then while he was gone, I was talking to a lady who was up there who kind of takes the money and shows you all the, like his pictures from his shows that you can get him an autograph, right?
Okay,
8x10s
like
of
the
all
headshots and stuff?
all the characters that he does.
Okay.
So I didn't know which one to do. So I'm like, hey, which one's the most popular? And she's like, well, how old's your daughter? I said, well, she's 12. She's 13. So she's like, oh, this one right here. And it was kind of sexy.
Yeah.
It was like, so I was like, his shirt's off.
You're like,
and she's
no
like hanging out.
chance.
You know, I'm like, she's not really into the glamour stuff, and she's an artist. Like, oh, then this one over here. And there was another one that was like super cool, a lot of art, really art forward.
Yeah.
Than just like the cartoon character, but a lot of shit going on. And then I had talked to these other two guys that were ahead of me, and I talked to them, and they said that one was a great one as well. So I just gambled that one would be the one to get. So I got that. And then when I went up and I talked to him, real nice guy, and here he's doing like, I don't know how many of these things a day. You got to be burned out.
Yeah, you
So shake his hand, whatever. And I said, hey, I'm here for my daughter. She's here at the convention, but she was a little too nervous to come meet you, So I said, so I just came and did it. She doesn't know I'm doing this. And he's like, oh, she want to meet the goat, huh? I'm like, no. Like, she's just too freaked out. So he's like, give me your phone. So he took the phone and he did a whole message to her, which I'll put in here. But put a message to her like, hey, Gigi, where are you at? And
Gigi, where the heck are you? You were supposed to come see me. That was a promise that you made to me. And now you're not here. That is a shame. Look, if you feel like it, at some point, you could just walk up to my line and just go, hi, I'm Gigi, and we'll high five, and we'll call it a day. If you don't want to, totally your call. But that's a challenge. See ya. And I hope to see you again soon.
I guess that's one of the lines that Zorro is famous for throughout the cartoon is where you at or where are you at or something like that.
Cool.
So he did that and he even signed it like all that. He put like, Gigi, where you at? I can't find you kind of thing.
That's cool.
And it was cool because really it should have cost me a lot of money because really it's just the autograph. Costs one thing. If you want the people to sign like to a specific name, it's another price tier. And then if you want a quote, it's another price tier.
Wow.
So and then if you want them to sign their name and their character, it's another price tier. So it could really start to add up.
Yeah, it can.
But the base salary for it is like $60, unless you're Lambert. He was like 80.
Yeah. And
then if you do like someone like Chevy Chase or whatever, it's like starts at like $180 or so, just for the regular autograph, But he was really cool. And then in his message, he said, hey, you know what? If you want to come by and just say hi, come by and give me a high five, I'll just come right up to the front. So he was just encouraging her to come. So I thought that was really, really cool.
It is really cool.
Just like a super nice guy. Like we would totally hang out with this dude, and have a beer.
Really awesome,
just real regular guy. So I walked all the way back the quarter mile to where they were sitting in the food court. And I gave her the 8x10, and she was like really like, oh wow, like couldn't believe she got that. But she was also a little bit sad that she didn't have the courage to go do it, and then I did it for her.
Yeah.
So she was kind of like a little bit of mixed feeling. It wasn't like she got it and she was like freaking out. Oh great, now we can go. She was kind of like
she missed that
struggling
moment,
a little bit, So I didn't say anything. I just said, yeah, I waited in line, got this for you, and I showed her the video. I invited her.
Day, though.
Yeah. So then I go use the restroom. Number one. You know what I do number two at Megacon?
Okay.
Because there's a lot of dork shits in that toilet, man.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know what the hygiene level of some of these people
you're right.
They're like, no.
I'm sure they're not cleaning your regular.
No, there's like 30,000 people, whatever amount of people walking through there, all taking their morning constitutionals.
Yeah, they are.
And the food you get in there is kind of wacky, so it's going to give you the pork sweats for sure.
Move, bitch!
You okay?
For sure.
So we go on a one. Then, even that's kind of sketchy. So, when I came out and I go, okay, we can all go home now. And then they're like, oh no, we're going to go back. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, we're going to go back. She wants to say hi. I'm like, oh, okay. So we walked all the way back. And then we get up there, and I tell his assistant, hey, this is Gigi. So he tells Chris that it's Gigi. So he comes out from the podium where he's doing his autograph, stops everything he's doing, comes over and has a dialogue with her.
Dang.
He's just like, hey, I know it's hard. You're here. He's like, my daughter's kind of the same way. You're really overwhelming and all that. Man. And then he gave her a high five, and then he did like a little bro handshake with her and whatnot.
High five. Hi. Nice. How are you? You're Gigi, right? It's good to see you. I mean, hey, if it makes you feel any better, how old are you, by the way? 13? 12? 13? Yeah. My daughter, who's 14, same. Sometimes just like so much energy and so much people. It can be like emotionally exhausting. So I appreciate you coming to me. I know it probably wasn't necessarily your favorite thing to do all day, but thank you. Do you do handshakes at all? And then, but please, whatever you do, don't go to see Curly Brow over there because he's an idiot. Okay, yeah.
Hey,
Hi.
what voice actually you do?
I do All Might's voice. Hi there. High five. See you later, young
I
Midori.
pressed the voice actually that you did.
You did? I think he was right over there, wasn't he? Have a good day, my friend. Thank you. I'm glad you made it. Bye. Bye, Gigi.
How do they make the man movies?
What?
How do they make a man movies?
How do they make a what?
Memories. Like,
Memories?
Yeah.
Memories?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's magic as far as I'm concerned. It's up to you to make memories. See you later, brother.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
It was just like super cool, something that'll really, instead, we took something that would probably be in her mind as a missed opportunity that she's always going to regret, and something that was like a great core memory, I think, for her.
Absolutely,
moving
that's
through her life,
awesome.
and plus she's got the permanent picture now.
Yeah, and it goes to show you what kind of person he is too.
Yeah.
You let him know how she felt about it, and he wanted to make it up to her in a way. Because again, like you said, that you don't get those moments all the time, to meet, your heroes or people you look up to. It's pretty cool.
It's cool for him to recognize those opportunities too.
Absolutely, not a lot of people do that.
Because you love all your fans,
fame
but
changes people too sometimes.
yeah, it's super cool. So, and my son was there. My son's a big My Hero Academia fan as well. He's got the new movie poster and everything in his room. He's like, "What voice do you do?" He's like, "I do All Might." And then instead of my son going, "Oh, I love All Might," he's like, "Oh yeah, well I got the autograph from Deku or whatever."
Yeah, okay, but
Yeah,
that's funny.
we got someone else's autograph.
Hey,
Hi.
what voice actually you do?
I do All Might's voice. Hi there. High five. See you later, young
I
Midori.
pressed the voice actually that you did.
You did? I think he was right over there, wasn't he?
To my son's defense, he was actually dressed like the guy he got the autograph from.
Those are the best moments, man. When kids don't know, they're just being who they are, and you get the great moments.
Yeah.
He didn't know. The guy's not gonna get his feelings hurt, but it's just funny. I was like, yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Whoever you are.
Yeah, he was just kind of messing around, and he's like, he knew who the guy was because they worked together, and then he's like, "Don't get the autograph from the other guy right there, though."
Uh-huh.